Buddy, this is Rob from ShootHybrid.com, and I'm hanging out once again with my friend Scott over in Buffalo. Scott, a major video guy, has graciously agreed to come on here and help me and you learn the nuances of how to shoot video. In this new age of hybrid imaging, where we have mirrorless cameras capable of shooting high-quality stills and high-quality video, how does a guy like me, who's only ever shot stills, learn to incorporate video? So that's what Scott's here to help us figure out with. So Scott, welcome back.
Hi Rob, thanks for having me.
So the third question in this series, simple one, right? What's the easiest way to learn to edit video? Easy.
Easiest way to learn to edit video, that is a great question. I think the first thing you should consider is what is your skill level. If you've already kind of done a little bit or dabble in it, you might want to move on to something that's a little more advanced. But if you're just getting into video editing, let's put it this way. It's probably easier to learn to do something like making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich than it would be to learn how to build your own space shuttle from scratch. So
Fair enough.
want to use maybe an introductory level video editor. I would recommend using the one that's right on your computer right now. And if you have a PC, you have Windows Movie Maker, and if you have a Mac, you have iMovie right on your computer. They're free, and you can start using them, and it can teach you the basics of video editing, how to drag clips into a timeline, how to sync audio and video together, you know, how to cut things, and how to switch them around, different effects you can put on them. You can do a lot of things with those two programs I just mentioned. There are other programs such as ScreenFlow and Camtasia Studio, which are great for capturing desktop. And then you move up into the higher end ones like Adobe Premiere or Final Cut Pro. And right now the latest version is Final Cut Pro X, which is actually 10, and other things like that. So if you want to move into the very high-end editing, you're not necessarily ready to make that leap, then start with one of the more basic suites.
So just to reiterate, expensive is not easier.
Not necessarily. I would go with the one that's on your machine right now so you get a really good grasp of it. You're going to find that if you are pretty good at using iMovie, making the jump into Final Cut Pro 10 is not that hard. It's they're kind of built around the same idea and thought process anyway, the same kind of workflow. Same thing with Windows Movie Maker. Once you learn the basics of how to put different segments together and how to make it all work together, then you can move up to a more advanced editing suite.
Excellent. I know I've just started working with Pinnacle Studio, and as a brand new photographer or brand new guy to video, making that switch was not easy. I'm fine with Photoshop, and I thought, oh, I can edit stills without any problem whatsoever. Video, it's just longer sections of stuff as opposed to a single slice that's a still. No,
you bring up a good point there, Rob, because a lot of the times when people shoot just stills, they shoot what's called RAW. And RAW basically means I'm shooting with a safety net. I can capture an image, but if something in it is messed up, I can throw it into Photoshop and I can tweak colors, brightness, everything, and fix it till I get it the way I want. That doesn't work in video. Video is like shooting all JPEG. You can make some adjustments in post, but not to the degree you can with a still. So actually, the most important component of video editing is to make sure that you get the shot as close to the way you want it right away, so you don't have to worry about it in post. So that's probably the best thing, is get it right in the camera. Not that you can't fix it later, but it's not as easy as it is with a still photo.
Right, and actually that's what we tell people on the photography side too. Get it right in camera. Leave the Photoshop and all the tweaking and post-production stuff for the fun, creative, interesting. Don't be spending your time fixing what you should have gotten right the first time.
Exactly. Actually, if you spend more time shooting and less time fiddling, you're going to have a lot more fun. You're going to be a lot more productive as well.
And it goes back to what we talked about in the first question in the series, is just get out and shoot video. The best thing that someone like me can do is just keep shooting video.
And another cool thing about these mirrorless camera systems that we're using, you can actually do both at the same time. I can be out shooting a video and then say, wow, this would make a great still picture, and just push the shutter button and gang. Same time. I take a still photo while I'm shooting a video. phenomenal, phenomenal technology.
Excellent. Well, Scott, as always, thank you so much. And folks, don't forget to check out all of the questions in this short little series. I think it's going to be a big help. I know it was already a huge help for me. And we're only halfway through recording the questions. So, Scott, thanks.
My pleasure, Rob.